Choice Bank has provided dedicated community banking to North Mississippi. The banking products and services you need when you need them. At First Choice, you're our priority. Make First Choice your choice for banking.
Even the mighty might not see it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Being a parent, especially for the first time, with that comes a lot of self-doubt. As a dad, I just try to lead by example. When you're trying to be the best person that you can be, your kids see that and then they emulate that.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 6.
Well, welcome to Mississippi Live Weather at 6. I hope everyone has enjoyed this beautiful Sunday, whether it was a lazy Sunday doing nothing, maybe a Sunday full of NFL football. I hope your team won. I know mine certainly did. Had to rep them tonight. But it has been an amazing Sunday, and I have great news for the forecast coming up in the next few minutes, so let's get started. Unfortunately, those above average temperatures will say that is not the great news. I would love to preface that. We don't like those above average temperatures, and I know we are all ready to get to that fall weather. But here we go. Rain chances continue to impress. I don't know who out there is doing the rain dance for North Mississippi. I don't know if it's a lot of y'all, but whatever y'all are doing, it is working. These models have not only been more confident on these chances, but a little bit more aggressive and consistent with how long these rain chances can linger in North Mississippi. I'm going to be covering all of that and what you need to know coming up in the next few minutes. But also wanted to give you all an update on the tropics. This was a disturbance I was talking about earlier this weekend. That confidence continues to increase. And I think it's something very important to talk about with it being peak hurricane season and just that time of the year. But taking a look out of North Mississippi, this is in Crenshaw, 93 degrees, feels like 93. You can almost just see those wispy clouds up in the sky. That is pretty much the most you can see. Maybe there's a little cumulus cloud, but it is still very dry here in North Mississippi, but still beautiful. Just got to get through those dry, above average warm temperatures first. Take a look out of Caledonia. You can definitely see these clear blue skies, some wispy clouds off in the distance, 92 degrees. Feels like 91. So those heat indices not really shooting you up a lot, maybe dropping you down just a little bit. That 8-mile-per-hour northerly wind pretty much being the major factor in that role of dropping us down just a degree or two. Taking a look out here in Maben, there we go. There are some more puffy kind of cumulus clouds showing more moisture in our atmosphere finally, but just in the form of cloud cover, not really rain chances. 88 degrees, feels like 90. So we can still go up just a little bit, but definitely not by like 8 to 10 degrees. Taking a look at the first 12, we're staying dry, but here we go. We start seeing those rain chances finally make an appearance. 84 degrees by the time we are wrapping up, or I guess wrapping up afternoon plans, getting started with our evening plans. 84 degrees, pushing down into the mid 70s, and then we can see those rain chances start to pop up in those AM hours, and then that 30%. You're going to see a lot of that as we continue into the forecast. It's been pretty consistent and will stay consistent through our Monday, but we could see a soggy start to our Monday with those rain chances finally coming into play. But let's take a look out of the Mississippi Live Weather Radar. We're still dry right now, and I was playing around with this earlier just to give y'all something to look at. We can go to satellite, and then we'll do the infrared zoom. There we go. We actually have something we can look at. Let me turn this back off. Some clouds, still not much. We are very, very much still dry here in North Mississippi, but at least I can put this in play and we can see some movement going on. That wall of moisture I talked about the other day, not as prominent as what those models picked up on. I think it's just a little bit stalled out, a little bit behind, but also fades on out the closer it gets here, just showing how dry we've been. But these clouds that have been pushing in across the Tennessee state line into North Mississippi, affecting the northern tip up here, has stayed pretty moist and continue to do so. I think those rain chances that we're going to see later on in this broadcast still are very promising as we head into the overnight hours and get ready for our Monday. But taking a look at Futurecast, that high pressure system still here, still allowing us to stay dry, but those rain chances starting to pop up a little bit across the southeast and will eventually make their way to North Mississippi. We can see that wall of moisture definitely well behind than what I talked about earlier, but it is still slowly making its way towards North Mississippi. And here we go. Those rain chances really starting to bubble on up, not really affecting us for any evening plans we have tonight, but those early AM hours and pretty much the entire AM hours for our Monday. That is where we can see those rain chances continue. And then here we go. It's beautiful to see. We haven't seen green or yellow. You can see maybe some heavy downpours. Nothing severe is about this, maybe just heavier downpours as you are pretty much sleeping at this time. But for some early Monday morning commuters, could definitely see a soggy start to your Monday, and those rain chances finally make an appearance here in North Mississippi. And that's going to continue pretty much pushing into our state as a whole, staying consistent, not fading on out as we get into our morning, and will pretty much just stay consistent. And here we go. There's those 30% I was talking about. It's not a very widespread rain event, but it will continue throughout the entire northern half of our state. So hopefully most of us can see these rain chances. Just depends on what time could you see those. But basically for the next 24 hours, you can see we're starting off around the upper 60s. So already getting a warm start to the day. That above average temperature trend is staying consistent with our lows as well. We'll continue to warm up, but thankfully seeing those rain chances as we progress into the entirety of our Monday before returning back to those dry conditions for our broadcasts later at 5, 6, and 10. Of course, our meteorologist Maggie McCauley will probably have a lot to talk about on her broadcast in the morning as well with these rain chances. But of course, I want to give y'all an in-depth look on when those rain chances can occur, but not only for your Sunday night into your Monday, but also what does that look like for our Tuesday and the rest of the work week coming up in 1 minute.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
March 24th, 2023 was a normal Friday. You know, we knew the weather was not good, but we needed to take shelter, and we didn't have shelter. My husband and almost 2-year-old daughter, Ethan and Riley, they did lose their lives in the storm. We're still recovering from it. We'll always be recovering from it. Matt Lobhon cares about the community. He's not just there to collect a paycheck. I feel like Matt Lobhon has proven himself trustworthy.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Caleb Edelblut.
Well, thanks for sticking here with us at Mississippi Live Weather at 6. Meteorologist Caleb Edelblut, and as we take a look out of Smithville here in the Room to Room Weather Center, 88 degrees feels like 88 degrees. So you get those beautiful clear skies and still some beautiful conditions. That wind component around 5 miles per hour, not too breezy, but still providing some cool effects as we continue into our evening as well. Take another look out in Kosciuszko. Different story, 90 degrees, but still you feel like 88. So those heat and seas helping knock us down just a little bit. And there we go, that wind, 6 miles per hour coming out of the northeast, allowing those dry conditions to continue into our evening as well. Then here's another great shot out in Tupelo, showing that sun starting to set and those sun rays in the camera. You can see some of those wispier, higher clouds off in the distance, not really providing much of a cloud cover effect from the sun, but still 88 feels like 86, so it is perfect outdoors to enjoy these dry conditions before we start seeing those rain chances make their appearance again. And then here we go, that day planner starting to finally see those chances start up, but we got to get to the AM hours first. Until then, we are staying dry, starting off around 80 degrees by the time we are getting started for our evening plans, settling in for the night, eventually cooling back off into the mid 70s and then low 70s by the time we get into those AM hours with those rain chances. But what does that look out? Let's time it out with the Futurecast, showing those dry conditions still very prevalent here in North Mississippi, not even much cloud cover. But there we go. There's that moisture finally starting to move into North Mississippi. Still not rain chances. It's more cloud cover, but those rain chances are going to come push in from Tennessee and cross over the Alabama and Mississippi state line. Here we go. Finally, in those early AM hours, starting to really make their way into North Mississippi. And that pretty much continues across the entire overnight hours, so we can see a soggy start to our Monday morning commute, especially along maybe Highway 45 and Highway 6 across the North Mississippi. So definitely some improved rain chances as we start our Monday, and that will continue into the rest of the day as well. Now, low temperatures already starting off pretty warm, pretty much upper 60s, definitely a jump from what we've seen over the course of the weekend. But for our Monday morning commute, we will already be getting a jump start on those temperatures. Now, I don't like showing this graphic because, I mean, I have my 8 a.m.s in the morning. I don't like talking about school, but it is definitely something that we are going back to as we start our work week for Monday. We'll be starting off around 69 degrees, but those rain chances are going to stay pretty consistent as we continue into our school day. So we will warm up into those mid 80s by lunchtime, but by the time that last bell rings, still in the 90s, thankfully low 90s, not really pushing those upper 90s and triple digits. We're trying to leave that summer temperature in the past. But taking a look back at Futurecast, tracking this out for your school day and work day tomorrow when we accept all those work week responsibilities, we're going to be starting off with a pretty soggy start to our work week. Those rain chances are going to continue across the entire morning as well, pushing into North Mississippi and staying pretty consistent. Some heavy downpours. None of this is expected to be severe, but definitely some heavy downpours for your plants and crops. Mother Nature really helping us out with that. And that's going to continue into the afternoon as well. Lunchtime, you can see pretty much encompassing most of North Mississippi. And here are some more heavy showers affecting those out in Clarksdale as well. I know the Delta would love to see this tomorrow, especially with how that drought monitor has continued to pretty much increase, and not in a great way for what we'd like to see here in North Mississippi. But high temperatures, whether you receive that rain or not, we will all be dealing with this. Pretty much low 90s for North Mississippi, but you can see some mid 90s popping up, 95, Tunica, Clarksdale, 96 in Greenville. The only bad thing is with more moisture in our atmosphere, those heat indices not helping us out quite as much. You can see those 95, 96 almost turning into a 97 for Tunica, 98 in Clarksdale. But for those that do see a little decrease, it'll be 1 to 2 degrees. So the give or takes with these forecasts, but thankfully we start to see more rain chances as we continue into our work week. Coming back to Futurecast to track out your Monday evening, not as, I would say, accurate or showing those rain chances still more northerly along the Mississippi-Tennessee state line. But as we track out your Monday evening, still kind of almost a second batch of moisture, more affecting those out in the Delta or out west for our North Mississippi viewing area. Everyone out east got their rain chances throughout their Monday. Now we got to share the love out west and give them some rain chances. That's going to continue into your overnight hours as well. And then this is where I start disagreeing with the model as of right now. I don't think Tuesday will be as soggy as our Monday, but models are still showing some rain chances for our Tuesday as well. Still kind of blows on up more south of our viewing area. And then we can see those bubbling showers yet again for our Tuesday as well, giving us some more rain chances and a soggy Tuesday. But right now, I'm holding off on these more. I'm more promised on those. I think those Monday values are a little bit more accurate as of right now, but I'm going to continue monitoring those Tuesday values as well. But could be a soggy Tuesday as well. And I know we would love to see that as well. Those high temperatures still in the 90s, haven't really made it away from those 90s yet into those fall-like values, but still, it's going to be a little toasty, a little above average. There's more moisture in our atmosphere means those heat indices not dropping us down much, might be bumping us up just a little bit, but thankfully that summertime mugginess pushing us up into the upper 90s, triple digits. We are still very far away from that, and something we like to see here in North Mississippi. But as promised, here's an update on the tropics. You can see definitely more improved, or not in a good way, but increased confidence for the tropical outlook. It went from a 0% chance of formation within the next 48 hours to 20. So still not confident anything could happen within the next 2 days, but there is still a chance, going from not a chance to some. But the next 7 days, 70% chance of formation of becoming a named storm. So the National Hurricane Center continues to get more and more confident. But as you can see, I love framing this to where we can see where Tupelo or Mississippi is on the map all the way up here. This is still very, very far from the United States, and that is if it even makes it to the United States as a whole. So we can try to take a look at that here with our atmospheric moisture graphic. You can see hurricanes or tropical storms, depressions, no matter what scale it is, it needs a lot of moisture to form and stay consistent through its building up process. And here's all that moisture pretty much in that pocket right there. That is where the disturbance is. And as we track this out, this is already in your Tuesday, showing how far away it is. It's going to continue forming, and you can already see that circling counterclockwise motion as it keeps continuing across the Atlantic Ocean. But you can also tell it's not having a straight parallel path towards the United States. It's already taking more of that kind of northwesterly tilt, kind of that we've seen with most major storms out in the Atlantic, thankfully. And that's going to continue into the rest of your work week as well, still building up a lot of circular motion as well. So we are confident that this will form, but thankfully most models and long track models have this taking that pretty much northwesterly track, transitioning north and then curving out another fish storm, which is something we would love to see for not only North Mississippi, but the United States as a whole. But coming back to North Mississippi, taking a look at this 7-day forecast, a lot more improved from how we started off this weekend, considering those rain chances. Monday, we finally see those rain icons starting to pop back up, 30%. And I'm holding off a percentage for our Tuesday. Imagine there's a 10% there. They don't pop up unless you're 20% or greater. I would expect this to maybe change by the time we get to the 10 o'clock broadcast. I'd love to see the updated model runs and continue to give y'all the latest information on those. But then we can see a pretty consistent rain chances as we continue into the rest of the work week. But unfortunately, we're still dealing with those above average temperatures as well. So like I mentioned, the give or take with these forecasts, but something I know us North Mississippians can definitely handle, especially as we get closer to that fall weather. But of course, here are the QR codes for the app. We appreciate all the support and downloads you have given us. We cannot do this without y'all. And I just love getting up here and giving y'all the latest on the forecast. It means a lot to me, and I can't wait to give y'all an updated look for y'all's Monday and Tuesday as well. Of course, I'll be live doing that again tonight at 10 o'clock. And then tomorrow we will be back in the work week. So we will start at early 6:30 in the morning with meteorologist Maggie McCauley, and she is ready to talk about those rain chances as we get started for our Monday. But until then, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday evening, and I'll see y'all back here live tonight at 10.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
The sad reality is fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kids should know.
March 24th, 2023 was a normal Friday. You know, we knew the weather was not good, but we needed to take shelter, and we didn't have shelter. My husband and almost 2-year-old daughter, Ethan and Riley, they did lose their lives in the storm. We're still recovering from it. We'll always be recovering from it. Matt Lawpon cares about the community. He's not just there to collect a paycheck. I feel like Matt Lawpon has proven himself trustworthy